This is Wildfire on Friday, first day, and I'm joined by
Kevin from Tysondog.
And how are you today?
Wet.
It is slightly damp. The Scottish summer has hit. As you can see, it's peeing in rain.
But it's a beautiful, beautiful scenic place, and I'm really excited about being here.
So what are you looking forward to most?
The
food, the deep fried Mars bars.
Just the haggis tent. Yeah, I can't wait to play it. Like, it's great. It's just a shame about the weather and that. But having said that, I suppose everyone then will be under the tent, like, you know.
It's quite a good crowd for us early in the afternoon
as
well. So.
I mean, I was playing bass with Marseille. I stood in for the bass player, and we played a big festival down in Wales, and it was a beautiful day. And unfortunately, most of the people sort of looked as though there was about like 20 people in, and everyone else was like stood outside but listened to the music. So it's better when it's like this, because everyone will be under one roof and that. But I'm really looking forward to it. It's an absolutely breathtaking venue, like area and that. So
it was worth a drive up and back down again.
Yeah, well, it wasn't too bad for me, because I only live in Manchester, so that was great. You know, it's the drive back. Well, but fortunately the singer doesn't drink, so he's an awful driver. So this could be my last ever interview.
No, don't say that.
I didn't mean that, Clutch. You're a fantastic driver.
In that case, get a couple more beers in just in case.
Well, that's right. Yes, so make sure. So yeah, it's a lot of miles. Plus, of course, I live in Manchester. The rest of the band's in Newcastle. So I've already done a heavy shift on Thursday by driving up Newcastle, rehearsing for 2 or 3 hours, then driving back to Manchester. So it's back and forth. It is. That's what it is. Yeah. So.
So can you sum up the band for us?
Old bastards.
you can still rock hard, though. That's all that matters.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. It's a great hobby. It's a great thing to be doing at our age still, and that, you know, still making music and still playing all over the place, and it's just like a dream come true. You know, I all thought it was up. You know, the gig was up sort of 20 odd years ago. Metal had seemed to have died a bit, like, you know, grunge come and took over and that, and the hair metal thing and all that, and sort of bands like us just seem to, you know, forgotten about and that, but it's really been excellent the way it's just come back with a bit of a...
And with a whole new younger crowd as well, getting right into it.
It's unbelievable, unbelievable. First thing when we first got back together, 2009 I think it was, we played a gig down in Birmingham, and I just couldn't believe it, like, you know, sort of was the amount of sort of families that were there. That's what I found, it's very family orientated, a bit like SOS Fest and that, you know, sort of... It's a really nice sort of family crowd and that. So
and it's good to get across all different generations as well.
Yeah, I mean, well, it was great because we was in Holland, and there was a guy there, and he had his son there, and he was like, "We seen you in Holland when I was sort of a young man, and now I've got my son here." And
a rite of passage.
Yeah, it was. That's it. Yeah. I got worried. He said, "This is me grandson."
That's an
it's probably going to happen though, isn't it? So. But yeah, honestly, we're just having a good laugh. You know, that's the main thing. I'm not taking myself too seriously. We never did anyway. We were always like a bit of a good time sort of band, really, and that, you know.
So for anybody who hasn't heard of you, how would you describe the music?
Everyone says Judas Priest, and I don't take that as a... I don't, you know, we don't
some
sort of...
Maybe
yeah. I mean, 2 lads playing a Judas Priest band and that. But,
it's going to happen.
Yeah. But it was always that sort of... It's always been influenced by the likes of Saxon. I just go back to when we first kicked off and we're doing covers. Yeah. And we'd put 2 or 3 of our own in before we got signed to new records. We used to play sort of purple stuff, Deep Purple stuff, Saxon, Judas Priest, so it's very that type of heavy metal, I'd say, rather than sort of thrash. There was a few punk influences from the very early stuff. We don't do them anymore now because we're too old. We still get asked for.
I wasn't going to ask that.
Dead Meat and Day of the Butcher, which are like.
Can you sleep with them tonight now?
No. Honestly, it's a nightmare now. We're actually complaining because we've now got 3 albums out. It's like
too much to choose from.
That's it. We've got 3 albums out and some singles and that, EPs. I mean, but the one go into like one case. So that's it. No more. I wouldn't say
Until
that.
next time.
Well, I hope so. Like, I hope so. If this keeps going the way it's going, like, I mean, it's there's a lot of things bubbling under at the minute. Like,
Have you done any writing at all, or?
We keep coming up with riffs and that. I mean, we'll get sidetracked. So, like the other night, we started playing something and we all joined in. It was like, that sounded all right. So, a lot of the album was written like that. You know, it's mainly Paul. He comes up with the riffs and the music, and Clutch comes up with the lyrics. So it's but we all like have a bit sort of saying what's what, like. But we're not at that stage where we're not kids anymore. We're going to be fighting over royalties. In fact, I've got my last check on the wall. My son actually said to us, he says, "Dad, if we ever get skint, can we cash that check?"
Can I ask him?
And it was like, no, it was for £131 and 5 pence. And the only reason I didn't cash it was because it came off Universal, and it had the the hologram or whatever it's called on the check.
It's probably worth more like that than
It
cash.
was like to Kevin, £131, and that's the last one I've ever seen. That was about 10 years ago.
Hopefully, be another one coming check sometime soon. You never know.
That's right. I went round to see Mark from Rock Sector this morning. He was out. I wonder why.
He knew you were coming.
I was going to bring some tickets up and try and sell some tickets and that for the SOS Fest. I put some posters up and that, like, but with any luck, they've brought some because they're on the label as well, Knockout Kane and that. So, but yeah, so I'm just having a really good time, good laugh, and come to beautiful places like this.
And if only the weather was a little bit better.
I tell you what, even if it wasn't, I do wish I was stopping here. I just wish I've said to Dave last night. I sent him an email and I says, "Oh, definitely next year, I'll bring the family up and that, so we can sort of we can rent something like this or whatever." And that, you know,
because the cabins are really handy. Because obviously,
well, that's it. Like, I mean, I've got three young kids, although I'm an old. I've got like a 10, 12, 10 and a 4-year-old.
you don't
so.
look it at all. Don't look it at all.
Well, I'm sort of a very young wife. Very young, understanding wife.
Oh,
Love you, Fiona. And she's got Scottish name as well.
see, you couldn't be any good books in children.
That's right, yeah.
Well done, that's good.
Oh, honestly, she's sort of great and that, you know, so the amount of sort of times we're away and that. But the good thing about we're not away for weeks or months, it's like a weekend. But this year, 'cause we've been that busy, she has been a bit like, so I was away for Mother's Day, we're in Barcelona on Mother's Day, and then, you know, it's all these romantic cities, but without her. So we're in Barcelona on Mother's Day, and then we're away, was I away for our anniversary? I think I'm away for our anniversary in Athens, but I was away for something else. I was in Paris. And it was
very understanding, by the way.
Make this up. I couldn't make it. I've been away for like.
Fiona, kudos to you, darling. Kudos.
Honestly, she's an absolute star. And sort of it's good that she's so because she's not into like heavy metal or at all. She likes a bit of rock and that, but she's more of a ravey davey type, like, you know, indie. So
you need to play the multi-genre festivals. That's what you need to do.
Well, that's it. Like, that's it. Yeah. I've done this thing with Marseille. It would have been good because I had the Terrorvision lads on there and a band called the Blue Tones. And then of all of them, the Blue Tones were the Hellraisers. They're the ones that wrecked places.
You don't expect it. That's what it is.
It was like, yeah, I thought Terrorvision, they were bladder before they went on.
They just bounce. So they just bounce everywhere.
Yeah. I had sort of me and the Marseille drummer, Ace Finchel, the ex Tiger Tails drummer, and you know, we were getting stuck in the ale, and then we heard the Blue Tones had smashed up the dressing room. Fucking Blue Tones!
And you get blamed for it.
Probably. But no, she will like this, even though she's not at rock. I think, you know, she'll
just
really enjoy it. Yeah, that's it. And as you say, if the weather's great.
It's better last year.
Yeah.
It's meant to be good tomorrow and a bit iffy on Sunday.
Yeah.
We're just going to tent and hide.
Yeah, well, enjoy it anyway. So thanks for the short notice as well. I only got the list, I think a few days ago off Dave.
Right, so what you got planned next? Obviously gig tomorrow.
Yeah, we've got the Garage Days Festival tomorrow. Then we've got the British Steel Festival in France with Oliver Dawson Saxon. I think that I know the Tigers are playing. No, they play like Empire of Evil are playing, Avenger, a few bands. Then we've got Malta, Greece, Italy, and then another trip to Belgium and Holland, I think. So it's coming in and that, you know, and there's a lot of other things that we're still trying to sort out, and you know, hopefully get out to South America and that, but which has always been a good sort of hunting ground for us.
They love their mail.
We
really do.
The problem is we're trying to get on the tails of, obviously we've got a good relationship with the Venom lads and that, or the Venom Inc. as it's called now, the second Venom, with Tony, the drummer, Abaddon, and Jeff, who produced this album, Mantis. But it's being governed by agents, so the agents are putting their bands on. So, but we're still hopeful that something will come out.
You never know it was in the bike point. Never know.
Yeah. So, but we just keep sort of putting ourselves out there, emailing people and things like that. We don't just sit back and ask people to ring us and that. You know, we obviously try to get on anything we can. You know, within reason. But
waste permitting.
Yeah, God, she'll kill us. SOS Fest.
Oh, you got one.
Oh God, sorry, Lynn. She'll kill us. And another one called BMageddon in Bromsgrove. Yeah. And then sort of the day after BMageddon, we're doing something in Bury called Glastonbury. So I could have just said, "Oh, we're playing Glastonbury," but
it sounds so much better, yeah.
Yeah. So that Glastonbury it's good because it's a charity that they've set up. Bury Council made this fantastic centre for people with cancer and things like that, and then they've someone in government says, "Oh yeah, we'll shut that down now. We've just spent millions on it. We'll close it down." So that's because I lost my mother to cancer, Paul, like 12 years ago. Paul lost his dad just last year to it. So yeah, they've asked us, you know, if we do it, and we said, yeah, definitely, no problem. So that should be good and that. So yeah, so we've got quite a few.
You're all over the place. You know, you forgot about all UK dates. That's shocking. It's because you're too local, that's why.
They're not killers. Not mention SOS. That's in 3 weeks' time.
Pocket again.
SOS Fest, 3 weeks' time. Radcliffe.
Buy your tickets now.
Buy tickets now. Rock Centre Records.
Be your best, honest. Do you have any final message for listeners?
By Cry Havoc. It's quite a good album. It's a lot of people have said very nice things about it, apart from one German and one American.
It had to be somebody face.
But the thing is, we still put their reviews out there and let people take, you know, like sort of, well, you know.
You might listen to see if it was actually correct.
Yeah, I mean, but a lot of the press has been quite complimentary, saying it is, you know, we continued from sort of where we left off type of thing and that, like, you know. So yeah, if you like heavy metal, not in the vein of Maiden, Priest, Saxon, I would, you know, I would say sort of that. I wouldn't say we were, although we were in with a new wave of British heavy metal thing, I wouldn't have said we were like a total new wave of British heavy metal band in the way, say, like Angel Witch or Satan or Will Kill Us for Tokyo Blade or people like that. But they're all mates of ours, you know, we get on well with all of them, but that's the type of thing that I'm on about. So yeah, we're just a British rock band, really, British heavy metal band, you know. So
and go check them out at SOS Fest.
Yes. Thank you very much. And BMageddon.
Thank you very much.
Jim. Well, thank you very much.
Thank you.
It's been a pleasure to talk to you in the dry, in your lovely cosy cabin, which I feel like just sort of climbing in bed and get my head down.
Kettle, have a cuppa.
We're going to